Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I am going to be going over all the deck lists that were sent in to me. First of all, I appreciate everyone that sent in deck lists. I have a lot to go over. I'm pretty sure I just counted it and it was 21, which is a lot, but I'm going to be going over all of them. These are new Banlist deck list 2. This is not current list. This will be the new list that comes out July 1st, and let's just start going over. We got a lot to go over here. So, first of all, we have Orcust, Sky Striker, and they're playing Array. I remember when I first tried building Sky Striker Orcust, it was really bad. I think playing all the Sky Striker cards are really bad. But when I first tried building this deck, before it was popular, I was like, oh my gosh, the combo is that Rhoda can add Armageddonite or Array, and that's just insane. Like, that's both engines with one card. Obviously, it's not very good, but I thought it was cool. Then obviously the deck, Milano actually ended up making the deck a lot better, and then it ended up being played a lot more after Milano played it. But we can see like Foolish Burial Goods here can, get a spell engrave or like dump Crescendo, and then Crescendo can search out Girsu. Yeah, it's just like this deck is like, with all the striker cards, it's just so bad. Like, I don't think you need all these. If you're going to play the striker stuff, it should probably just be a very small engine. And then they're even playing like all the links too. Well, not all of them, but 5 different links. Like, that's a lot. Like, they're not even playing that many Orcusts. But not too much to say about this deck. I don't think it's very good though. Definitely not. Yeah, it's interesting though. Definitely interesting. Now, moving on to the next list. And also, I'm going over these lists in order that they were sent in to me. So, like, the quicker you sent in the deck list, I'll be going over it quicker in the video. Also, there's going to be timestamps. I should have probably said this at the beginning of the video. But there's going to be timestamps down below. If you just want to see, like, certain decks, you can just go down there and, like, find them and click on the timestamp. Also, please leave a like on the video. But moving on to a Prank Kids deck, we see that they're playing 43. Oh my gosh, look at those going second cards. Holy, 19 going second cards. Jeez. Not many extenders. Wow, this was honestly just beautiful to see right there. But yeah, so I mean, it's just Prank Kids, honestly. I mean, like, there's not really too much to say here. Like, I would definitely be playing 40 cards, but like the deck didn't get hit or anything. Really, the stuff that changes in Prank Kids are like the tech cards, like the hand traps and stuff like that. And those are more reliant on what's actually being played in the meta, like what the meta decks are. And obviously, the format isn't like anywhere near solved yet. So the stuff that's going to keep changing is like these cards. But I would definitely suggest cutting it down to 40. For sure. Probably trying to even play like the poly stuff in it too. You're going to end up struggling. Like Meister's very popular. Ash is popular. This card's popular. If you normal summon out a Prank Kid, it's going to get stopped. And if it doesn't get stopped, then you play and you're happy. But you definitely want to be prepared for when it does get stopped. And then side deck, nothing too crazy. And then no Harpies. That's something. I guess I just want to be like prepared for like the Shadal deck also, which is like completely fair enough. Extra deck, nothing too crazy here. So now moving on to the next list. Also, if you're thinking I'm going over these lists too quick, let me know down in the comments below. I want to like go over each list. I can't go like exactly into each list, like exactly what I would change, exactly what I would do. This video would actually just be like 8 hours long, and I don't want to do that. And also I'd be kind of like exposing exactly like my lists. But with the Prank Kids deck though, honestly, like a lot of it depends on what the format is. And moving on to the next list, we see Sky Striker, just pure Sky Striker, playing 3 rows. A lot of people only play 2 of this. They just want 1 in deck after Desires every time, and they also want 5 normal summons. It's a really good number. And then also it just like boosts consistency by having multiple rows in deck, because you need to get to your extra deck to actually play the game. Extra deck not looking bad. You can choose to either play like Unicorn, Hida, Nightmare Phoenix. There's like a few different cards that you can decide to play. I also shout out to I can't remember it. Holy Yu-Gi-Oh Club. I don't know how I forgot them there for a second, but I saw them playing like Link Kuriboh over like this spot, just so that way they can go ahead and like needle. What was it? What was the reason they were playing it again? I know there's a reason. Oh, it's because they were playing Ningirsu over, I'm pretty sure, the third Hayate, and they were like needle fiber, summon out like Valor, and then get rid of it for Link Kuriboh and then Ningirsu to go ahead and send. That's something that they were doing. I personally don't agree with that. So that takes up like a lot of the extra deck space. Like 2 spots is a lot in striker extra decks. But going over the list more, we see 9 hand traps. We see like cosmics. Again, like same thing with like the Prank Kids deck. The flex cards in the deck, the cards that you can really change, it depends how the format shapes. And we don't know how the format's going to shape yet. So it's kind of hard to go over some of these lists. It's like I don't even know what I would be playing exactly yet. Just because of what's going to be popular. Is Dragon Link going to be popular? Drytron is most likely going to be popular. Striker or Salad actually going to be played? Shaddoll is going to be a deck. I guess this is all stuff that will be answered with time. But definitely stuff you'll want to find out if you're playing in the YCS, like before the YCS. But that's still a few weeks away. And then I'm actually going to take a drink of water real quick. I've already talked a lot. I've also recorded 4 videos before this. I've really been on the grind, new Banlist. People have really been enjoying the videos. The views have been good. I appreciate everyone that's been watching. So like Cycle Reader, this is really good versus Drytron. Evenly, this card's made its way back into the format. You definitely have to play around this. Like, this card versus Tri-Brigade, it's just been ripping them apart. I've been seeing that a lot. But going on to the next list, we're going to see Dino. So this is going second Dino. Yeah. I probably should have like wrote down like the names, like asked, hey, is this deck going first or going second? I assume like all Sky Striker lists are pretty much going second. There's not really that many going first lists. If there is a going first list, you can kind of tell. Just like this, you can kind of tell it's a going second list. Playing a lot of going second cards too. Gotta love to see that. And then, Miscout won. Honestly, I don't know why this deck really got hit. I didn't think the deck was that good. Like, anyone that watches the channel, like, knew that. I was like, man, Dino's just not that good. I got so much hate for it. Now the deck's hit, and it's just like, deck's just still not that good. It lost to Ash before, loses to Ash now. But at least it's a going second deck. This is definitely better than the scrap build. It's crazy because, like, the going second build with 1 Misk is probably better than, like, the build with 3 Misk and scrap build going first. Just because, like, the deck should have just been a going second deck. Going first, it was just, like, unreliable. You had to get the Lost World, or you just lost to this being hand trapped. I mean, it's not, like, too hard to get to this card, you know? You have Lost World, Terraforming, Prosperity. But, yeah, I don't know. I still don't think this deck's that great. But at least it's going second again, which I think is much better than it was before, with the scraps going first. Then side deck Phantasme. I think Phantasme is going to get a lot more popular too, depending on how the format shapes. Because like Salad and Striker Phantasme are fantastic against. I mean, this is fantastic versus Striker and Salad. I think I messed up my words there. Then extra deck. It's cool that like they get to play like a lot of different stuff because of Prosperity instead of like the Extravagance that used to be played. Playing like the Pentastag and number 60 stuff. Oh, never mind. They are playing it. I didn't see it there for a second. I was going to say, Lambda's definitely pretty good with the Gamma stuff. But that is it for that list. Going on to the next list, we see Salad. The level 3s. Mirage Stalio, go Burr. They are playing Appaloosa in their deck too. Appaloosa, Dweller. I've seen people playing Babushka, Dweller, Zeus, Stalio. I even saw Downard in a list that you could put over Stalio, and it's just like, I guess. Like, it's weird. I don't think the Downard stuff would ever come up. Like, Zeus maybe, but Downard no. Because, like, you're just always going to use this effect when you summon it. And if you throw Downard over it, that's only 3 under Zeus. Update Jammer, this card's definitely necessary. 100% this is definitely necessary. I think really like the flex spot of the extract would be like Appaloosa. I know some people were like even cutting Heatleo before. Maybe that'll end up being cut again. I don't know. I guess we just have to wait to see what Santi and Blessed YGO do, the Salad Gods. Definitely subscribe to Blessed YGO. He's going to end up dropping a Salad deck profile. And you'll definitely want to see that. For sure. 2 Wills. It's interesting. So they're playing 15 going second cards. Honestly, that's just standard. That's been Salad. Salad's been doing this. Prohibit Snake, that helps a lot against like Winda, Dragoon, just problem stuff. You can search it with Silent Mining or Debug. This card got popular a while ago. Also, don't forget this card's other effect that lets you add back a Cybers. Everyone would always forget that. Only playing 1 Jack with Desires. Alright. They like risks. I feel it. Playing 1 of each trap. That's interesting. Feel like might want to play. I feel like this card at multiples just isn't bad. Like Roar. But I don't know. I guess we will find out. This deck's interesting though. I hope this deck gets played more. I really do. But going on to the next list. Again, I can't spend like too much time on each list because, 20 lists. If I spend 5 minutes on each, that's like a whole lot of my time. I don't even know how long that would be. That'd be like an hour and a half or something, right? But I'm trying to go over each list, but just not taking too long to do it. So that way someone could like actually watch this whole video if they wanted to. Seeing how many going second cards they're playing. There's 8 hand traps and like Cosmic, Harpies. So they've been playing against Striker. 2 Desires. Boo! Playing number 60. This card's cool because it's a fire. That can definitely come up. Link Garibo, Negate a Trap, Babushka, Dweller. They're not playing the Appaloosa. Okay. I was like, is there no access code? I was about to just click off the list. I was like, nope, we ain't going over this. But probably should also be playing 3 Cycle Reader. I feel like Drytron's going to end up being really popular. Going on to the next list. See, Magical Musketeers. So, I actually played this deck a while ago. Like, back when it was Thunder Dragon won the UDS. I knew Orcust was the best deck already, right? I was on Orcust for a while. I was like, Orcust is crazy, but I was playing this deck on DB rated. Just because, like, this deck was really fun. Honestly, like, it wasn't great, but it was just fun to play. They are only playing 6 going second cards like hand trap. Well, 5 hand traps, Pankratops, 2 Cosmic. I would definitely change that. Definitely cut Parallel. For sure, cut Parallel. Yeah, I think that's what I would end up changing. I don't think you need these. I think you really need going second cards. Like, you need to stop your opponent or you actually just lose. Like, really, really quickly. And then that is it for that list. Not too much to say about this deck. Honestly, don't exactly know how I would build this deck nowadays. But going on to the next list, we're going to see Salad. They're playing Parallel, C. This card is becoming a lot more popular. Playing Fire, or Fury. Holy, I can't even talk. But Reborn 2 Salads, and then you can only summon from the extract. You can only special summon from the extract once after this card resolves. So they're playing 3 Droplet, 2 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. So, like 11 going second cards. 2 Jack, Desires, 2 Will. They're playing Fennec. Okay. Interesting. 1 Roar, 1 Rage. And then extra deck, they're playing IP, Underworld, Appaloosa. Okay, so Pero card's funny, but yeah, it's like time's being called. Boom, GG. Right? Yeah. Like I already know that's what this card does. You tribute this card, gain 2,000 life points. Boom. This card's fun. But I don't know. I feel like this deck needs to be changed up some. I feel like they could probably just like cut parallel, add more going second cards. Maybe like cosmic. Again, it depends how the format's gonna shape. But playing Ibly, that's cool. That helps versus Nib game too. It's like, you give them Ibly, then they can't do anything. Or they can't drop Nib. So they also, I remember the person that sent in this list, they said Spinny Gazelle is 5 interruptions. Plus 5 cards in hand. I think they lied to me. Well, they're definitely counting this as multiple interruptions for sure. But interesting list. Going on to the next one, we're going to see 3-ray, 1 Rose, playing 1 Rose. All right, first person I've seen playing 1. 3 Shark Cannon, Eagle Booster, jamming in the main, playing a lot of the Sky Striker stuff. Blizzard. If you don't know what this card does, negates a spell. Pretty much all it does. Feel like this list is really weird. They're playing like these 2-ofs. Why? They're not playing Desires. Yeah, this list is really bad. Like, why play all these 2-ofs when you could just like, oh, like this card's good, play 3. Okay, this card's good, play 3. But instead you're like, okay, Veiler's good, Meister's good, dotKuro's good, Book of Moon and Chalice is good, so I'm going to play 2 of each instead of just like, Veiler's better than this one, Meister's better than this one, Crow's better than this one. Like, not exactly like that, but like, you could definitely just like, cut the ones that are not as good. There's definitely one that is simply better. Like, this card just shouldn't be in your deck, 100%. Extra deck, we see Hida, Ningrisu, playing 2 Hayate. This card's cool. You gotta remember that this card's a spellcaster too. So like if you have Veiler in graveyard, you can just use this. Take like an Ash, and then boom. Well, use this, take any fire, and then make Selene. But you can also use this to take Ash, and then make Needle bring out Veiler, and then Selene access code. Definitely stuff that you should know. Going on to the next list, we're gonna see Orcust, with the Bamboo, Dark World Dealing, Allure. Droll. GG. But I feel like this is interesting. Why are they playing Meister? Yeah, you should definitely just cut Meisters for Phantasmes. If you want a Dark Monster, Meister's not going to stop your opponent ever. You may as well just put Phantasme in that spot. And then that would at least help you going second with consistency. Since this deck bricks. I don't play this deck, but this deck bricks. You can tell pretty easily by that. I don't really have much to say about this deck. Pretty trash. Yeah, I don't know why you'd play the deck like this. It's just, I mean, these cards are cool, but they're not good though. Going on to the next list, we see Sky Striker playing 6. 9 going second cards, a whole bunch of Solemns. So this is a going first list. Okay, so first going first list that we've seen. They're also playing base. I actually don't think you really need this card. You could maybe like side deck it in case if the mirror gets super popular. Also, people are gonna have to start learning how to play against the mirror match, like Ray Tribute for Kagari. People are gonna have to learn how to do that. It's gonna be huge. Just because you don't want them like Shark Cannon take Kagari on like your turn. Not too much to say about this deck. It's cool that it's a going first list. There's no Mystic Mine or Tisubu anywhere on the list though, which is a little weird. Mystic Mine's definitely a pretty decent card. And then Tisubu is like extremely good going first, but I guess they don't want to get blown out by Twin or like Harpies or Storm as much, but then kind of Strike would like fall into the same position as TC Boo. Going on to the next list, we see Tri-Brigade Zoo. I've seen a lot of people try out the Tri-Brigade Zoo deck still, even after Drytron's disappearance. We see Usa as card helps versus the C card. Trade Drytron with that for the extra deck. Side deck, the Order anti-spell going first. These cards are pretty good, especially with Striker running around. See, 6, 9, 12 hand traps for going second, plus 3 twin. 3 Kuraz instead of 2. Then, yeah, it's like Barrage is not bad, you know. It's just not great. It's not really gonna lead to anything. I feel like if you're gonna play the Zoo stuff, you're gonna have to play a lot of the Zoo stuff, like with Thoroughblade. Like, crazy enough, like the list I just like did go at the LCS like with 3 Thoroughblade. That's probably gonna end up being popular for this deck if they are gonna play the Zoo stuff. I feel like, but yeah, cool deck. Bell will be interesting. I don't think this deck's gonna be super popular like the Zoo Tri-Brigade stuff. We might end up seeing a lot of pure Tri-Brigade with like Rescue Cat in it, or like the Bird, like the Bird Tri-Brigade deck. We're gonna see Statue become more popular too in this deck. Going on to the next list, we see Sky Striker with 3, 6, 7, 9, 11, 14 hand trap. Well, 13 hand traps, Panker tops. Multiple more going second cards. Yeah, there's not like too much to say about these lists. This is like the fourth list I've gone over of going second. Oh, whoa. 2 ugly Kagari, 1 regular Kagari. Bot. Nope. We're not doing that today. No. 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Phantasme, 3 Bell. So, 9 hand traps and Phantasme to help you get those. Hate it when people call Phantasme a hand trap. It's not a hand trap. It's like a going second consistency card. It doesn't actually like trap your opponent. Playing strikes. 2 Will. Seen 2 Will just super popular. Playing the C, the Jack, the Spinny. Maybe you could play 3 of this. I guess you don't really like need 3 of it. Just like helps you like turbo to Mirage Stalio. I feel like Kita's gonna become a lot more popular too. Just because like there's a lot of fires to target. There's Ash and like a lot of decks. There's the mirror match of Salad. There's the Striker matchup. Warlords. I've also seen this card become a lot more popular. We even saw Triff playing it on the channel. And like Order Anti-Spell. Good going first cards. Moving on to the next list, we see Sky Striker playing Phantasme. I remember when the deck was doing this, back when it was popular. Mystic Minds, Foolish, Ash, Veiler, Imperm, Droplet, MSTs over Cosmics. So, no Rose. Okay, that's different. That's way different. They're not playing Rose. Holy, you're gonna brick. You're not gonna draw a Weight Array. And they were playing like Foolish Goods plus like Fusion. I feel like at least you gotta play 1 Rose to like be able to summon off Area 0. I feel like that's gonna come up for sure. 3 TC Boo, gotta love to see that evenly. Mind Control, oh my gosh, this card in the mirror match is insane. This is gonna become more popular. Yeah. This card is definitely going to become more popular. In the mirror match, you just activate, take shiz, boom, now you're playing. Extra deck, nothing too out of the ordinary. They are choosing this as like their like flex spot, like 3rd Hayate, and like this spot, or like the flex spots. Moving on to the next list, we see Brox. Okay, looking at the going second cards, we see 12 of them. 9 hand traps, 3 Droplet. Yeah, this deck just still has like the same problems that it had before. Like this deck just hates itself and it just bricks or loses the Ash. But yeah, they're also only playing like 9 targets for the rocks. Maybe it'd be worth trying out like the Prank Kids. I guess those would conflict with like Prosperity, like Roxy's. because you usually like Roxy's is the rock, and you would hit into Roxy's and then use that, so that would conflict with Prosperity some for sure. But you could also play Desires if you wanted to over Prosperity. But then you have to like cut Parallel. But that would also be like some of the prank kid spots. You play like Roxy's, and then you can play a target for the Roxy's. I guess you'd want to maybe even play multiple targets if you're playing Desires. Yeah, not too sure how I'd build this deck. Extra deck, they're playing like a Satellite Warrior. You can like end on the Synchro and then Needle Fiber into Formula. And then make Satellite. Gallon's cool. Playing a whole bunch of rank 4s actually. Amirage is kind of good because like normal summon this to get stopped. Supplier. You don't really end on anything though if that happens. But going on to the next list, we're going to see Altergeist with 3, 5, 8, 11 hand traps. Okay. And Imperm obviously is needed in this deck because Imperm Faker, you open it 100% of the time. And it's just so crazy when you open it. I like seeing Extravagance. I actually just pot agreed in these kind of decks. 1-for-1 consistency. Order. Mystic Mind's really popular. I mean, this deck can out Mystic Mind really easy. They're not playing Horse, so it can actually be a little bit rough sometimes. They do have TT to also out it though. But like if you are playing Horse and like you get stuck with Hextia, because like this card can shuffle into the main deck, so if you have Hextia you can't shuffle, you could like Tribute Horse over and then spoofing get rid of it to out Mystic Mind. But this deck doesn't really struggle with Mystic Mind. This deck was actually kind of known for playing Mystic Mind at one point. They're also playing like the Omega Elder in the extra deck. I like that. If you get hit with Maximus, you can go ahead and dump those. Maybe there's got to be a better target than Omega though, like Elder and something else. I feel like there's got to be. Maybe like a Wind Pegasus. I feel like that could be pretty decent. But going on to the next list, we are going to see Buffalo. Yes, sir. Buffalo's crazy. 12 hand traps. I don't know if I'd play Buffalo or Debug. Debug kind of plays in the hand traps more. Buffalo is kind of more like a risk-reward type thing. I've seen a lot of people brick with this card, honestly, with just Buffalo. Yeah, I don't know what I'd end up playing. But Buffalo is definitely not like a bad choice. Playing Foolish to get to level 3s. Not playing like a C or anything to go ahead and like try to get to more. They're siding 2 Prohibit Snake. Wonder why they're side decking 2 of that. Feel like you would just only need 1 of it. And then have like other cards that are good versus other matchups. But maybe they just want to like be like over prepared for Winda. They do have a lot of stuff to like try to stop Winda though. And like Twin too. But not too much to say about this list. I'm happy after playing 3 Desires. Unlike the other person I was playing 2. Oh, Firewall. Okay, so they're trying to end on that as an interruption. They could also just go for like Appaloosa though, right? Appaloosa would also be pretty good. And like the thing about Appaloosa is like if they don't want Appaloosa to resolve for all of its negates, then they have to attack over, which acts as like a threatening roar, because then you survive another turn, which is what this deck really, really, really wants. But going on to the next list, we're going to see Drytron, first Drytron. They are playing a lot of Field Spell. Or a lot of Nova, I meant. They're playing 6 Novas going first. Feel like you should cut Fafnir down to 1 and then like add the 3rd Gamma. I really think 3 Gamma is good. Shout out Can the Man Neil. I saw his deck list on Team Bortle and I've been testing on 3 Gamma. I was playing 2 and I was like, should I play 3? And I saw him on 3. I was like, whatever. I'll full commit. I'll try out 3. Changed my life. changed my Drytron life. Deck's actually just nuts. Like with Gamma at 3. Our card's just nuts at 3, I should say. I think this deck's honestly pretty good. Lancia is not good. I would not main deck this. Also, they're not playing enough going second cards. Because like Orange Light, Lancia, Mystic Mind, Terraforming. So like 4, 5, 6. And this card's not even like a going second card versus most matchups. This card should just not be in the main deck. You could side deck like 1 of it if you want to though. Or side deck even more of it depending on how the format shapes. But This card should not be in the main deck. Highly disagree with that. There's just not enough going second cards. List is heavily going first. It can break boards, for sure. But when combo starts getting into the format more, like if you were to play the mirror match and you lost the dice roll, it's just GG's like instantly. You've already lost. Like you do have side deck cards for it, but it's definitely gonna be rough. And then like even post side deck, you just don't even have that many cards to stop your opponent. Like if you draw them or cycle reader them and they orange light it, most likely you're just not gonna have another hand trap to stop them. Extra deck, we see that they're playing Charmer. They're not playing Downard. I would take this out. I would definitely be playing Downard. Downard's really good. Cut this for Downard. Cut this. You could either play Papeg Ruler, F.A. Dawn Dragster, Black Rose. I think those cards are better than this. Moving on to the next list. We are going to see another Salad deck. They are playing Drool. I think those cards are going to end up being pretty popular in the format. 3, 6, 9. Or I skipped over Ash. There's 12 hand traps going second. They are playing a C. Playing Buffalo over Debug. 3 Spinny. 2 of each traps. Extra playing Lingeribo. Not playing like Appaloosa or anything like that. Anti-spell. There's no order though. I feel like you'd want order. Order's like just marginally better than anti-spell. But going on to the next list. And the final list, we see Zoo Striker. Pretty much just Zoo. Just playing some striker cards. I mean, we saw like Zoo Striker even like last format. People were playing it just because like Eagle Booster on Zeus is good. This deck's just trash now. It's only going second deck. It can't go first. And it's just not even like that good at going second compared to other decks. Like, I'd feel way more safe like playing Drytron going second than Zoo going second. So I don't think this deck's going to be like played at all. Like the pure version. Maybe at like locals it'll be played, but yeah, I don't think it'll be played anywhere else. Definitely need more extenders though, I feel like. You don't want to play too many extenders because then like you'll just end up having extenders in hand, like too many of them, and then you just can't stop your opponent because all you'll have is like a Zeus. And it also sucks because Zeus can only get 4 materials under it, unless if you draw like Whiptail plus another Zoo. Because like let's say you normal summon Ram, Borbo, Hammer Kong, Tiger Mortar, Chakanon, that's 500 Zeus. Whiptail would be 6 because the Dryden used to be the 6th. So like the Dryden ban ended up hurting the pure deck a lot. And you see them side deck a whole bunch of going first cards because like, you know, the opponent's going to notice that it's a heavy going second deck and be like, okay, you go first because you're just doing nothing. And then they're just going to have floodgates and stuff. But that is going to be it for the video. If you like this kind of video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll probably do another one of these in like, you know, maybe a couple weeks. But with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day.